You are still watching Waves Now. World Crocodile Day is observed on June 17 every year to raise awareness about the plight of the crocodiles and alligators and protect them from getting extinct in the near future. The global day has been observed since 2017 and was started by the Crocodile Research Coalition in collaboration with the Plea Zoo. Now, the Plea Zoo organizes the most prominent event on World Crocodile Day to celebrate the species and simultaneously take a step towards protecting them from continuous exploitation and danger. Events at the zoo include engaging activities such as crocodile exhibition, face painting, croc talks, photo booth, etc. Now, separate educational seminars are also conducted to raise a concern about the endangered species and provide solutions for their healthy survival. Who is a croc fan here? all of the that they buy bag and croc skin, leather bag, leather shoe. See your life.
No, we're not crocodile fans.
Really?
Fans, no.
But Uti, I wanted to ask: is this crocodile? Is it related to the Crocs? What's it called? Footwear that we have?
No. The footwear is purely rubber.
So it's just a coincidence that the name is called Crocs.
Yeah,
No,
so I think
it's
the look.
I'm just asking me.
Come on.
But yeah, no. Oh, it's stretching. Don't worry,
Don't
Manny,
mind
don't mind
her.
that.
Are you for real?
But I mean, the thing about it is, I mean, croc leather is so. I mean, for such a dangerous animal, the leather is so lush and so plush when you have it in, your leather goods. It's really good. But I'm surprised. I think for me, the most shocking thing was just the amount of crocodile leather that's actually sourced here in Nigeria. I never think of those kinds of things here, but we actually have a market for all types of leather. So croc leather is actually available here as well. So
Kaduna is a city of crocodiles.
Yeah.
And people like that.
They get them from the north.
That's why it's called Kada. Kaduna
really?
is crocodile.
Okay, that's good.
I hope I'm correct. If I remember my Hausa correctly. All right, so Uti, what did you find for us in the news?
Okay, so my headline is the culmination of a long battle. It says Lagos loses hijab battle at the Supreme Court. So I remember this in 2018 when Lagos appealed. So Lagos had put in place wanting to ban the hijabs from their public schools. So this is to do with the education sector in Lagos State, where it had restricted the use of hijab for female Muslim students and public schools in the state. It had initially been taken to court, lost the case, and then appealed and won the case. But now what's it called now? The Supreme Court. So what's it called now? No, it's the other way around. They lost in the appeal. The judgment was set aside in the appeal. So they then took it to the Supreme Court to then appeal or to get a final decision and say on the case. So because at that time it was set aside, they had put out something in 2018 to say that hijabs were allowed and they'd given guidelines of it being neat and all of that. But as at today, the Supreme Court, with a 7-member panel, has upheld the judgment and said that the Lagos state government cannot ban the use of hijabs in the state. So Lagos state has lost its appeal. You cannot appeal the Supreme Court, as Manny can tell us better. But it just means that basically the rights, of course, right to religion is one of our fundamental rights here, constitutionally as well, so that female Muslims are allowed to recognize their faith in terms of wearing the hijab. So for all the Muslims out there, I'm sure this is a wonderful. I've seen a lot of commentary from a lot of Muslim organizations thanking the Supreme Court, which interestingly was a mixed faith panel. So there were actually, I think, more Christians on the panel than Muslims of judges, and that has the Lagos state government, as I said, has lost that appeal. So congratulations to all those that fought the fight for the longest time.
I wore hijabs when I was in school because there was a time I had to go to a purely Islamic school, and part of the rules are you wear. So they made the Christians a bit, they gave us a bit of freedom, but the freedom was we could tie our hair. But the Muslims, you had to wear the hijab, yes. I mean, these things sometimes we spark up unnecessary wahala, because this is this is their identity, is their way of life, it is who they are. You understand? You should respect them enough to just let them be. The fact that you do not want to probably wear the hijab or something doesn't mean that, you know. So allow people express their religion however best that they want to. I mean, the hijab has never really affected anybody, you know, so I don't know. It's quite interesting.
I think it became a controversial thing.
Yeah, I was right about Kaduna. I just wanted to put it out there.
Yeah.
I got my house right. So it says that Kaduna River used to be the place that hosted a large crocodile population, right? So Kada is crocodile. Hallelujah. I didn't fail. Let my house teacher not look for me. All right, Manny, your story.
Alrighty. So George dismisses plea bargain and jails a man for 21 years for killing his wife. The Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square, has sentenced the man, Daniel Gajo, to 21 years imprisonment for stabbing his 24-year-old wife, Esther, to death. The prosecution said that the act was contrary to Section 22(7) of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015. Gajo had initially pleaded not guilty to one count of involuntary manslaughter during his arraignment and was remanded on the 13th of June 2013, but at the resumed hearing on Thursday, 16th of June 2022, before Justice Yetunde Adesanya, the prosecution informed the court that the defendant had decided to plead guilty to the charge. So the prosecution submitted the plea bargain and sentence agreement signed by the defense counsel to the court, and also prayed the court to grant the 17 years jail term as recommended in the agreement. However, the church refused to grant it and said that nobody had the right to take another's life, and however sentenced him to 21 years in prison. Yeah, so I think this was a good one, because it was the killing of this woman was unprovoked. He actually went to her mother's house and killed her, you know. So, and now he wants a plea bargain for a reduced sentence. I think it's crazy, and it's a good one. This is congratulations to the family of the deceased.
This is more credibility to our justice system.
Oh yes, it is.
It gives a lot of credibility to our justice system.
Yes.
All right, so my story is just in line with what we had talked about yesterday when we were talking about the stingy man.
Yeah.
So Bianca Ojukwu, you know, she says no apologies, please. One, Peter Obi's supposed on Peter Obi's supposed stinginess. So she recounted how Peter Obi had gone to Dallas, right, for to visit her and her husband. I think he had an event as well. It was a black tie event, and so he then realized that he just packed a bag. There were only books and files in there. He didn't have a proper outfit for the event. So they went into a store. I think they were supposed to get a Tom Ford suit or something that was worth about $3,895. The man could not hold it. He said never will he be caught to wear that kind of
so what did he wear?
That he could not find himself or bring himself to that point where he could pay for that amount of money to buy that suit. So he eventually went to a regular store and got a suit of about $220, and inclusive of tax. So he bought the suit and he wore it. He felt so good with himself. She just said what struck her after all of this was when he was heading to the airport, heading back to Nigeria, he took out an envelope that had $3,800. Because you know what he had said was that, do you know how many lives will be impacted with $3,800? I'll just use it to buy one suit to wear for one day. So he gave her $3,800 and he told her that he trusted her, that she was going to put it to good use. So she recounted how she used the money to help a woman, I think, who had her yam shed was gutted with fire. There was a woman that had 6 young children that, you know, they had been thrown out of their house, their room accommodation, because their breadwinner fell upon hard times and could no longer pay the rent. I mean, she listed the number of people that $3,800 $800 helped. So she was saying that if this is what you call, so let me quote her. She says, if this way of life is what is derided as stinginess on the part of Peter Obi, then we all need to adopt this mold for a more sustainable and more humane environment. You know, so I mean, this is just in line. And just to give a quick follow-up, that I hear that Father Mbaka has apologized for his statements that he made.
It's too late.
Yes. No, well, but he got the backlash, right? He got the backlash because it was so totally uncalled for. So I hear that he's apologized, saying that he apologizes, of course, to Peter Obi. I haven't read the story. That is my friend and remains my friend and my brother. I love him and I wish him success. May God bless him and his good supporters, right? So at least he's made that apology. Then just to also finally add, because in the spirit of giving us what is trending, we hear Doyin Okukwe is now is holding place for the vice presidential candidate, that they had to submit his name as a placeholder because they wanted to meet the deadline for today, Friday, right? So Doyin Okukwe is the placeholder for because yesterday we had mentioned Atiku's running mate, Tinubu's running mate. So Labour Party now has brought out Doyin Okukwe, but as a placeholder for the VP slot for the VP. So we'll keep our eyes on the ball. I'm sure by Monday a lot of things would have unraveled. So we'll take a break now. Let's discuss NGO matter. Stay with us. We'll be right back.